And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special 140 edition of Beyond Question. Matt Bossman alongside Tom Butler here.
Hello.
And Tom, one thing that I was eager to talk about on the show today is a report came out that Jerry Jones will sue the NFL if Roger Goodell's contract is extended. He's eligible for a contract extension for starting this year and would probably late into the 2020s. So, with that being said, why do you think he wants to sue the league? Is it... Or sue... Yeah.
Well, I remember seeing that it was mainly about the handling of the LA relocation, his handling of the Ezekiel Elliott problem. That there are a couple different things that he had said were problems that he wouldn't want to extend Roger Goodell's contract, and I actually agree. I really wouldn't. If the contract extension you're talking about goes through close to the end of the 2020s, I wouldn't want to see that either.
Yeah, I don't really. I get it. Why Jerry Jones wants to do it. I get that, Roger Goodell has not handled a lot of the issues correctly or in the best way. But personally, I don't blame Goodell for the low ratings. It's at a huge low in the NFL. They both, Jerry Jones has a point. I don't really see how handling the LA Rams was a bad move on Goodell's part. I don't understand that. I understand the Ezekiel Elliott situation.
The thing, though.
Yeah, but I understand the Ezekiel Elliott issue. I mean, 1 week he's suspended for 6 games, then it's then he's not, and then another week you hear
of it.
You hear that the United States, the Supreme Court's going to get involved, and then he's still playing, and then it's kind of like. They're trying to suspend him based off of bad publicity. That's what I see how this is going down. Because Elliott has not done anything wrong in the sense of he hasn't been charged. Right.
Yeah.
There's no charges against him. He's not going to get incarcerated by any means right now.
Right.
We know that for a fact. If it was the case that he was going to go to jail or prison, or he was even going to be tried...
Almost like the Michael Vick situation we had a number of years ago. Yeah.
Right. Then I would be able to see it from the light of Goodell, and I would say, yeah, absolutely suspend him. He's a criminal. But with no proof, I don't see how you can do this. And I feel like this entire season... and you know me, I'm not a huge Dallas fan. I don't like the Cowboys. But I like Zeke. I really like Zeke.
It's hard not to like Zeke just because he's a former Ohio State guy.
Yeah, and I like Zeke. I like what he's done for the team. I think without Zeke, the Dallas Cowboys would be irrelevant in the NFL. Prescott's a good quarterback, but Zeke makes the team. Zeke is the heartbeat of the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones wants to keep that heartbeat going.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him by any means with what's going on. Would I like to see a new commissioner? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel that would be... I love change in sports. I love when things switch up. But I think, with everything going on based off of Ezekiel Elliott in that situation, get rid of Roger Goodell. Based off of the LA Rams, there's a good argument to keep him. Based off of the ratings because of the national anthem situation.
Yeah.
And also... companies like Papa John's Pizza coming out and saying, their sales have been low based off of, people...
Well, I really wouldn't say that the reason why Papa John's is doing less business is because of...
Well,
of whatever commercials are going on.
There has to be a statistic that they looked at in Papa John's and said, our sales are usually from probably, 11:30 a.m., 12 noon, until 4 o'clock when the 1 o'clock games are on, and if our sales during that time, which has always been our highest, are decreasing, then I would say, yeah, there's a big problem there.
Yeah.
And I would blame that on the national anthem protest because just specifically off the fact that people want to watch football. Nobody cares about the political side of it. People, the vast majority of fans that are NFL fans are people that just want to watch the game.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear about the off-the-field stuff with Colin Kaepernick. They don't want to hear about any of this. Whether it's right or wrong is besides the point. Right. They just want to watch the damn game. And I feel since Goodell has not handled this, I believe Goodell, where he wants to take it, he is in the right direction, but he's not getting the support, and it's just creating a hellstorm around the NFL. It's this halo that shouldn't. It's not a halo. It's a crown of thorns hanging above the NFL every week. You know, you're watching your team play, but you know in the back of your mind there's an underlying issue that's that goes beyond the 100 yards.
Yeah, there's and we never really heard the statistic behind why Papa John's thinks that they're doing less business.
Right.
I just want to say it's because they have crap pizza.
I'm not a big Papa John's fan either.
Yeah.
But I would say, for a company that...
It's like this show brought to you by Papa John's.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, it's based off of the fact that pizza sales spike during the weekend when there's time off for people and when football is being played. Yeah. Saturday nights are when people get together, they order pizza. That doesn't change. But on Sundays, I'm sure that you could see Papa John's sales decrease. I mean, specifically off the fact that people just don't want to watch football if there's any politics involved in it whatsoever, whether it's, whatever it's affecting, the African-American community, the Caucasian community, whether Asian community, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Not the fact that they don't side one way or another, but the fact that people just want to watch their team play and not worry about anything else.
Yeah, in case of the Browns players, they just want to watch their team lose.
No, we like the bye week. We still lost on the bye week.
Still lost the bye week.
But with our front office.
I kept feeling like what would happen is we would hear about something crappy happening with the Browns, just like, Josh Gordon, who's supposed to be coming back from suspension, he's been reactivated and he's going to be playing with the team shortly, that he just was found with something else that was a problem, and now he's already gone for the rest of the year, he's out of the league, and then that would be how the Browns lose the bye week.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
I could have easily seen that happening.
But I'm very excited for Josh Gordon to come back. Not on the fact that I think he's going to do well, the fact that having him in the locker room with all of these other young guys who probably either, do things similar to the way he did or, struggle with that or what have you, or think about it. Whatever you want to say, he can show them, look, I've done terrible things. And I regret it, and I'll show you how to get through it, how to get through your NFL career without it.
The other thing is I really want to see if Josh Gordon still has what it takes, because he has not played football in a long time.
Yeah, the end of the 2014 season?
It was something close to that.
I mean, he played last year in the preseason.
Or was it the end of the 2015 season?
I don't know.
I think that was the end of the 2015 season when he was indefinitely suspended.
That's another thing. How do you think he's going to do when he comes back to Cleveland?
I at least will have one extra target. One target that has been proven in the past to be a very reliable target, as well as when Josh Gordon was playing for even 14 games out of the 16, he was one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
Even with Govno just throwing it to him. It didn't matter who was throwing it to him because Josh Gordon was going to get his receptions. He was going to get his yards. And he still played out of this world. So I want to see that Josh Gordon. And I hope that all of our young QBs will be able to say, I know what you were before, and I want to be able to pass it to you. I want to see that happen.
Right. Another thing going on in the league is What was I going to talk about? Oh, I was going to talk about... Just had it in my mind. I hate when this happens. I cannot stand when this happens. It's...
Not about the Color Rush uniforms.
No, it's not about the Color Rush uniforms. Let's check these out. Yeah, black and lime green. Great. Not the Cowboys. Oh, the Ball family. LiAngelo Ball was arrested along with other UCLA teammates in China.
Goodness!
The other day on, accusations of shoplifting at a Louis Vuitton store in China, and so, according to a report that I read, he could face 3 to 10 years in prison in China. In China.
Oh goodness!
And LeVar's there with the whole UCLA team is there.
Okay.
And this stems off to a bunch of different issues. Not just the fact that he was arrested, but the fact that UCLA has a problem and the Ball family has an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
The Ball family, LeVar took LaMelo out of high school. So he's no longer in high school, he's homeschooled or, cruising in your Lambo every day to get, food. That's in training for basketball. That's not high school. But anyway, he took him out of high school and he's homeschooled now. LiAngelo is at UCLA and now arrested and being held along with 3 other UCLA teammates in China. Lonzo, according to Stephen A. Smith, is a bust, starting to look like a bust. And I think what this stems off to is the Ball family. This is the end of the Ball family in college.
Mm-hmm.
LaMelo's not going to go to UCLA because he's not. He just won't. I don't think UCLA will take him. They don't want the Ball family anymore because starting with the end of Lonzo, along with LiAngelo now, and then LaMelo, it's just a huge problem. One thing I saw, Max Kellerman was talking about this on ESPN this morning, or was it last night?
Whatever.
Under Armour signed a huge deal. It was like a couple $1 billion worth with UCLA. Last year, they were going to make UCLA's football uniforms, basketball uniforms, track uniforms, swimming, all the whole 9 yards. And the only thing that kept, because UCLA reached out to them and said, "We want you." And Under Armour said, "We have one condition. We want you to promise us that the Ball family will not be a problem. We don't want to support a family that has issues with the public eye, with publicity." And now, this is the perfect time for Under Armour to say, "We're out.
Yeah.
We're done. No more." And I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but it can, and they have leverage.
Yeah. It'll be a very interesting development in that case.
Because, especially with LiAngelo, say he does go to prison, UCLA is probably happy. The fact that he's not on the team. The fact that there's no more, there's nobody else in a ball UCLA jersey on that floor. Yeah. Not the fact that Lonzo wasn't good. Lonzo was one of the best players UCLA has had. But it's just the off-the-court issues, and it's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
And I think with this whole...
obviously, in most cases, people would say that the problem with the Ball family was LeVar himself.
Right, and it's just stemming now to, his kids. And the thing that I see with LiAngelo, the problem I see with him is, man, you are a millionaire already. You're in college. You can drive a Lambo or a Ferrari, whatever you have. Yeah. They all have one of those cars. And you got to steal from a Louis Vuitton store.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Just buy the damn watch.
Yeah,
buy
whatever it is. Yeah.
I mean, buy the jeans. Buy the whatever it is. The jewelry. I mean,
buy a handbag. Whatever is that Louis Vuitton?
That would be hilarious. LiAngelo shows up with a handbag to every UCLA game.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, whatever you have the money. Money is infinite for you.
Yeah, money's not an issue for that Ball family.
No. I mean, they're balling money-wise, but they're not balling in reality.
No.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see how a family that has the media by the no-nos doesn't know how to handle it.
No,
they think they're above it, and this is the problem I see with celebrities.
That's the problem with having that whole. They have their own TV show now.
But I'm very happy that it's happening in California,
and
to LA, to that godforsaken city, and those colleges and those bro surfing, man. Oh my god, look at those waves. It reminds me of the wind in the 405. Sun. Dude, it's 420. Oh, bro. I'm so happy it's happening to those people. I just cannot stand that state. I cannot stand... I mean, like, California is just a mixture of crap. Like, if you literally took, like, take pieces of the ghost pepper, okay, mix them with, like, literal... like bird droppings, okay. Bird droppings on your car window. Scrape them off, put them in a bowl
with some ghost peppers.
With some ghost pepper extract, salt, pepper, and shame. Mix them together, and that's California. I mean, California is, I know the whole 50 states is a great idea, but 49 doesn't sound too bad. I mean, really. This is why, I mean, I get it. I'm a Midwest kid.
Yeah.
But the Midwest, you don't hear about this crap here.
No.
Harvey Weinstein doesn't live in Cleveland. He lives in Hollywood. Hollywood is in California. I mean, when I think of California, I think of them. Harvey Weinsteins and, just people who are too
dim
to reality. That are always on the beach. It's just like, I know people that are like Californians. I know a couple people from California, and I just think that every time I see them, they are just like, they live in an alternate reality. They live in a life that's just like, I am perfect and everybody else is not. So yeah, that's great, and I just can't stand people from California. We'll be right back here on Beyond Question. Kind of got off topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, do we need to take a break, or, I mean, what else do you want to talk about? Because we don't have much.
There was the one thing that Tim wanted to cover on his show earlier about Roy Halladay.
Oh, Roy Halladay dying. Yeah. It's a very. I put that very positively when it wasn't.
No.
Yeah, Roy Halladay died in a plane crash off the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
On Monday night or Tuesday.
It was something like that.
And he was 40 years old, 1977 till now he lived, obviously. And he was 2-time Cy Young winner.
I think he won at least one. I'm not sure about
Toronto, Philadelphia.
Okay.
He was great.
Yeah,
he was a good player.
Amazing pitcher.
And I heard that his presence in the dugout was that of someone who was very mature, someone who was very well liked and knew, the right times to do the right things.
Yeah.
How to act. When he was on the mound, it was him versus the batter. Nothing else was around him. He was focused. He was he was an inspiration to a lot of baseball players and even just people in general, a role model, definitely.
Yeah.
Great guy. And that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Not just for the MLB community, but for the world. I mean, he was a great guy. He was excellent. It was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I dreaded facing him when, the Indians were playing him. I dreaded that. So definitely, I don't know any details about that. In fact, I've been really...
Yeah, let's look that up. Yeah, it was because Tim was asking me to join his show earlier at 11, but I was like, I just wanted to get other stuff done, and I was kind of get here at 12.
So he was showboating. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, he was the only one in the plane.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just looking at the video right now. It's... And there's not much you can actually see there. It's like, thank you, TMZ Sports. Yeah, it's... Yeah, just an unfortunate accident. It looked like he was in the water.
No, he went over to the... Oh. Yeah, he was the only one in the water.
Yeah.
Or in the plane.
He crashed earlier, and we're pretty sure we're going towards him. He just crashed right here in the Gulf of Mexico. We're literally... Seriously. Can't even begin to tell you. This was crazy. We saw it go into the Gulf of Mexico, literally. Holy fucking shit, dude. Holy.
Sorry about that. That was not expected.
Yeah.
We didn't know that was happening. It's off. Yeah, sorry about that. We're watching a video about a plane crash.
Yeah.
And that it did go into the Gulf of Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just a very unfortunate accident. It's...
That was during the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Is your mic on? Yeah, my mic's on.
Because I'm not hearing the head.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure.
And he's gone.
That's... Wow. Yeah. And that's a very wrecked plane. Just in the Gulf of Mexico, which is... And I get it. All right. Yeah, that's a sad day for baseball. Losing a multi-time Cy Young Award winner to not even natural causes. Like he was still young. Like that's, like I figure, like you've seen pitchers who have pitched past their 40s. I'm figuring Roy Halladay could have still pitched today.
Yeah. But he retired when he wanted to.
Yep. All right.
I wonder if there was if he was intoxicated.
Or I don't know. Let's not venture into that.
Yeah.
I think we should let's go ahead and take a commercial break, and then after the commercial we can talk a little bit about the Cavs.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And we'll be right back.
Here at Lux, we focus solely on hookah. We have an extremely knowledgeable staff, and we always try to make all of our customers feel at home. This is where true hookah enthusiasts come to smoke. Our prices are reasonable, and our service is outstanding. We are a hookah lounge in the purest sense of the word. A hookah lounge designed and staffed by hookah fans for hookah fanatics. To top it off, we always go above and beyond. We are meticulous in everything that we do. We make sure that your hookah experience is of the highest possible quality. If it doesn't taste right to us, then we won't serve it to you. Majority of our customers turn into regulars and eventually friends because we pride ourselves on our product and service. It's just that simple. We want you to enjoy yourself and expect you to leave happy. If you want the best hookah experience, you come to Lux, located at 37939 Vine Street, Willowby. We invite you to come experience the flavor and see what you've been missing. We hope to see you soon.
Don't be left in the dark. Keep informed with Lakeland Emergency Alerts. If you are a Lakeland student, please keep your cell phone number up to date with the admissions office. If you are a Holden University Center Partnership student, please keep your cell phone number up to date with the University Center. Once your cell phone number is on file, you will receive a one-time opt-in text within 24 hours that you must respond to. If you're not sure if you have responded, you can text the word opt-in to 67587. Only cell phone numbers on file with Lakeland will receive text alerts. Even if your cell phone is your home primary number, please make sure it is also listed as your cell number. If you need any help, please contact the help desk at 440-525-7570 or email them at lcchelpdesk@lakelandcc.edu.
Are you interested in music, concerts, talk shows, and hosting your own radio show? Lake Effect Radio is here for you. We are looking for more student members.
No, we are not.
Okay.
And everybody, welcome back to
Beyond
the show,
Question.
Beyond Question. Wow, these are nice shoes. Oh my God. They're like sparkly Nikes. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, so the thing we want to talk about was a little bit about...
Yeah.
want to talk about the Cavaliers a little bit.
Yeah, the Cavaliers defeating the up-and-coming Milwaukee Bucks 124-119 the other day.
Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo put in 40 points.
Yep, but the Cavs played better as a team.
Yeah. Yeah, but so obviously we can speculate that the Cavs will have a turnaround. I mean,
Well, they will.
that's just how the Cavs play.
I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah, I don't worry about the first 20 games of the season.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry
That's
about.
always a feeling out process for the Cavaliers, just because fairly new roster in our case. Like
And-
no Kyrie Irving, but
Right.
we're going to be getting back.
Kyrie's
Isaiah
been playing
Thomas.
really well.
Yeah.
Kyrie, they're 10-2 now.
Yeah, I mean, can we put that all on the Celtics though, or can we put that
Put that
the
on
Celtics
Kyrie.
doing well putting it on Kyrie? Okay.
Put it on Kyrie. 10 games in a row
Yeah.
after starting 0-2. Really good. They look really good.
Yeah.
So congrats to Kyrie.
Yeah.
So with the Cavs, LeBron said we can't rely on IT as Cavaliers' savior. That's a quote from LeBron.
Okay.
I agree with him. I mean, as the team goes, LeBron goes. Or as LeBron goes, the team goes. And specifically for the fact that we have a chemistry problem.
Yeah.
Okay? I was watching something last night. They were talking about the OKC Thunder.
Okay.
And the difference between their recent skid and our skid.
Okay.
And they said the Cavs have a chemistry problem, but that can be fixed because you have the best player in the world.
Yeah.
OKC doesn't have a chemistry problem. They have 3 guys who are ball control guys.
Yeah, that's Russell
that need
Westbrook,
the ball.
Carmelo Anthony, and
Yeah.
who?
They need Paul George.
Paul
They
George?
need the ball at all times. That's what they're used to doing.
Yeah.
Right now, they're being too nice and passing the ball too much
Okay.
because they believe that's how it's going to work. A lot of people aren't worried about us. They're saying, we expect a turnaround. This is how the Cavs start.
Yeah.
This is what happens is they start off slow and end up in the finals. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not
I think
to.
that's going to happen. I think LeBron's going to go to his 8th straight
8th straight finals.
and I hope they. You know how I was ranting about California a minute ago?
Yeah.
I really hate Golden State. Not just because of Golden State. I hate California. Therefore, I hate the Lakers, the Kings, the Warriors, and disregard my last Instagram post where I mentioned Curry and I was cool about him. I may sound like a hypocrite. I like Curry. I like what he does. I like how he plays. I try to emulate that in my game. But doesn't mean I like Golden State as a whole.
Right.
I can't stand them. I mean, pretty much I can't stand Kevin Durant, even though he's a good player. And we're playing tonight, TNT. First game at 8 o'clock. We're in Houston tonight, the Cavs. 5-6. Houston's 8-3. Let's look at the
tough game.
Let's look at the standings
Houston's
right now.
a good team. That's going to be a hard game for the
And the
Cavaliers.
Cavs are 1, 2, 3, 9. Well, tied for 7th or 8th.
Okay.
And Golden State is 9-3.
All right.
Right now, the 2 worst teams are the Mavericks and the Hawks.
Well, we kind of expected the Mavericks to be bad, right?
Yeah. Although they do have Dennis Smith Jr., who's a
Okay.
dark horse for Rookie of the Year.
Got it.
Mark my words.
Well, you can have anybody for Dark Horse Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, like Malcolm Brogdon last year. He was great last year.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure we actually have anything else that we wanted to cover.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is out.
Well, that's not news. I just expect Derrick Rose to be out anyway. That's
Here,
Derrick Rose.
we'll end the show on this. Scott Van Pelt telling us about why not to worry about the Cavs.
One big thing.
I understand this is probably not a reasonable request, but I am making it anyway. Can we not freak out game to game about Cleveland? If we can, I'm just going to let you. I am not going to. It's November, and I made a solemn vow not to do it again after allowing myself to doubt them during their spring swoon last season. Remember, the Cavaliers lost 4 out of 5 in March, twice. Then they stormed to the finals again. I think we just understand there's always going to be some associated drama with Cleveland. Social media fueled, petty, passive aggressive, whatever. It actually is good for us. It fills segments on radio and television, but it's the ultimate meringue. What I mean is that there's nothing really there. Now, what is interesting about them is the process of figuring out what they are as currently constructed. You don't get better when you lose Kyrie Irving, especially when the main piece that you get in return, Isaiah Thomas, isn't playing, and currently he's not. So you can't really judge what they are going to be as a team. At the moment, we can say definitively they have been very poor on defense. I mentioned even in the win, the Bucks shot 57% basically tonight, and they have lost to some bad teams. But when they paid attention to a team that had started talking, namely Washington, they gave it to them. LeBron scored 57. So all those things I just said are true. Now, I am sure there's going to be running commentary with game-by-game assessments of how they are progressing or regressing. But let's get to Christmas. Let's get to the All-Star break. And even then, let's wait before we decide that some other team is going to represent the Eastern Conference in the finals. Cleveland's got some work to do, but they got time to do it. And also, they have LeBron James on their team.
And that is beyond question.
Yep.